So if you guys remember, this is the boat that we cleaned up really nicely. This thing was covered in mold and whatnot, growth, and we got it running really good. That was a good running motor. What happened is that we sold a boat, running condition, turnkey, and about a month later we find this thing up back for sale with the blown motor. I did a compression check and one of the cylinders is reading 0 psi, and looking further, the piston is not even moving on one of the bottom cylinders, so I guess the rod broke or whatnot. Not sure how that's even possible, how they even did it, but the motor is no good. But we do have a replacement motor. We have a 200 Mariner 2-stroke. Same exact motor, just a different color. Boat looks a little bit different. They removed the seat. We have that. We're gonna put it back in. We're gonna do a few things. Gonna make her really nice, and we're gonna put her back in the water. So here's the boat. I just pulled the motor off. It's pretty simple to pull these motors off. Not complicated at all. Going to get the other motor, put it on here, and hopefully she starts right up with no issues and everything goes smoothly. But here she is. Used to be a great running motor. Not sure exactly what happened, but this is the cylinder that's causing us problems. That's part of the piston in there. So we're gonna do a little test run and see if this motor runs good. Hopefully it does. Our old one is on a stand right there. So we're gonna give this motor a shot. So the motor is completely mounted on the boat. Everything works. As you can see, I don't know what someone hit, but they took a good amount of the skag off. The prop shaft is straight on here. Prop is good, it's a 4-blade prop. Because it's the same motor, I'm going to take that lower unit off and put this one on here. This skag is obviously in way better condition. So I'm just going to swap the lower units just to make the motor look a lot cleaner. I could get this repaired. It's not hard, but we're on a little bit of a time crunch and we're just trying to get this thing done as soon as possible. So what we're doing now is we're taking all the wood off the boat. I installed the lower unit. I had to swap the prop still. And we're just going to be doing a few small things around this boat. So just wanted to give a little update. Pretty much the motor is already rigged on. We're doing a few things in the boat. We fixed the speakers in it. We're gonna mount the chair right there. We're getting screws for that. Fix up a few wiring issues that the boat had. All the wood trimming pieces, the door, it's all stained right now, just waiting until it dries. We're gonna pressure wash it and assemble everything tomorrow. Maybe today, depends. But so far this boat's coming out looking pretty well. And if you guys are wondering about this tank, why this tank is here, is because that tank, the main tank in the boat, there's about 35 to 40 gallons of fuel in there, and we have no way of disposing the fuel, and that fuel isn't that fresh, so that's why there is a external tank in the boat currently. That is a 12-gallon tank. So what we added to the boat, we added these trim tabs on each side. A little addition to the boat. We also installed some of the wood pieces, and we are going to install the hatch with the screws, and we're going to put the chair in, and we're going to call it a night, and tomorrow we'll clean her up and she'll be on the water ready to go. So today what I'm going to be doing is I'm replacing the throttle and shifting cables because the old ones are a little stiff. I have some used ones that came with a used motor that we purchased, and I'm replacing the top mount controls, taking the old ones out, putting newer style ones up in there. It's gonna make it look a lot nicer than it was, and it's gonna shift a lot better. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. After that, we have to put the cabin door in. a few hardware stuff, cleaning, and we're gonna put her in the water. I have the top mount controls in, and I had to put a used ignition system in here because the old one was having problems. But here's a new top mount. The old top mount controls are down there. It just looks way much nicer. I did buy some new plastic sleeves or whatever these are called. These are for the seats, so it's not really wobbly. Here's the old one. It's just old and worn out. These go, like I said, under the seats, because if you don't have them, they'll be wobbly like that. And these just sit inside here like that. Hold out of the way, and it just goes right on top of that seat post. And what we're gonna do now is we're just gonna clean up the boat as good as we can, get everything cleaned up, and we're gonna go to the lake and try the motor out, see how she performs. So here's the boat we're about to put in the water. Just want to give you a little overview before we put it in. She's all cleaned up. Motor runs great. Here I'll come in the boat. As you can see, we redid the wood. Put new latches on this door because the old ones were no good. Inside the cabin, all the speakers work. We put a different ignition system on here, newer style top mount controls. Here we'll come to the front. As you can see, it's really clean up here. So the boat is officially in the water, and we're gonna give her a little test drive here. We're wondering how fast it's gonna go because before, with the 3-blade prop, with the 17 pitch, we were doing 44 miles an hour, and now we have a 4-blade prop. And not too sure about the pitch because it wasn't stamped on the prop, but we'll see how fast pushes this boat. So we just got back from the test run. The boat runs excellent, no issues. Motor runs super, couldn't be more happier. We're just glad that we bought the boat back from the owners who bought it and who blew up the motor, and she's back on the water, all cleaned up. Appreciate you guys for watching, and please subscribe and like this video. Thank you for watching.